Do you know what eating cabbage can do to your heart?
It's during our cab ride. And don't worry, I sped this up because this is a lot of dead air.
Don't cross the Duke. Everybody knows that.
All right, so he's chewing.
The genius broadcaster and entertainer at work.
He's eating something. His green screen's not centered. I'm going at 4 times speed. He gets up. He walks away. Again, this is 4 times speed. This is how he starts his show.
Maybe his hair wasn't okay.
Completely unprepared. Yeah, maybe that's what he's doing because he's still not back in his chair yet. He seems to not give a fuck. I can't imagine less effort being put into anything in life than what John is doing here.
What is going on?
Oh, he's back. All right. Fixes his green screen.
He did fix his hair. He did.
Oh, that must be what it is. Smacks his lips. Now he's typing something to someone, probably sending the link out.
One finger.
Yep.
Oh, and nothing like taking a giant bite right as your intro's ending.
How are you, everybody?
So there you go. 5.5 minutes in, he finally says, "How are you, everybody?" And the lip smacking he's doing is on purpose. It's to annoy people. Let's go back and look at his hair. I think you're right, Drew. Let's see here. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He definitely fixed his hair by the time he came back because it was wet and greasy. It looked like he had just put his fingers through it before.
Yeah, and he just hasn't looked at himself in a while.
That's the first time he looks at himself when he starts up his stream.
Yeah, maybe the first time of the day.
Yes, definitely the first time of the day. So, guys, are you ready for the big announcement?
Yeah.
This is a big one, guys. We've never heard John say this before.
So, big announcement today. As of December 31st, the Duke is gone. And I know it's going to be hard for you to handle this without me. But at some point, you just got to say fuck it. Because it's just gotten too toxic.
Yeah, go on, beat it, retard.
John is pulling up the white flag and surrendering. December 31st is his last show. And if he hadn't threatened this 5 or 6 times since the last time he left, I might take it a little bit seriously, but it's very hard to take seriously when he does this all the
Is there
time.
a significance of just the end of the year? He's just going to wrap up 2024 and that's it.
Well, that's a good question. We're going to hear a voicemail from Gary in San Diego who says, why not just make today your last day, John?
Yeah.
Today's the 13th. Why don't we just call it right now? But I think he needs money for Christmas presents and to pay off the debt that he owes Vince, which he'll never pay.
That's always the problem, though, is that he has no other income. He needs this income desperately, right?
We're going to get into that because Clay Dabbler asks him that question, which is great to hear his answer on that. And actually, let's get into why he's finally fed up. It's enough. He can't take the Dabbleverse anymore. Too much harassment. And apparently, I don't know if you guys know about this, but he had some visitors show up to his house on Wednesday.
Oh.
Now, Tuesday morning, he had court. He had a Zoom call. Cardiff Electric was there and reported on Twitter that John's an elementary school teacher because he did it from his classroom. So Tuesday, John comes on and says, Cardiff outed me, but it doesn't matter. I quit anyway. My last day is next Wednesday, so you guys can try to fuck with my job. It doesn't matter. And then the next day, Wednesday, he comes home and he's greeted by some unwanted visitors. And Vince the lawyer was on his show talking to him about this. You can tell John doesn't want to talk about it.
So why are we dancing around the cat thing?
Vince, there are some things that I want to talk about.
Okay, I didn't know if you wanted to talk about it. I mean, that's kind of lame, tame. I've had the cops at my house, John, with my kids. So when they see cops, they still have this fear because High Pitch and the people would call them to my apartment. So they have to come up the stairs, up the elevator, and to my house. But they were doing a check on me. So when you get the wellness check, that happened to you once. It's hard to explain to someone that you're normal when you're really not, but that you're not psycho or wanting to harm yourself. So for a cat, it wouldn't be a big deal.
For a cat? What are you talking about? Like, I'm blanking on.
Typical John lie. You can tell he's a bad actor. John, you know what it's about, and you already talked about it after you got outed. So shut up.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I don't. This guy is fucking amazing. I just can't. It's like I don't even know what. I don't. It's like it's amazing.
Lying again. You can do it to everybody, but nobody can do it to you, right? Yeah.
Amazing to me. I don't know what he's talking about.
Obviously, I can tell you don't know what he's talking about just because he's like, what are you talking? I don't know what you mean. And Vincent's rolling his eyes like, we're going to play that game.
Was
You
there
don't
a
know what I mean.
wellness check for John's cat? Someone saying that he's not taking care of his cat and calling.
There sure was.
Oh.
There sure was, Drew. And
Ouch.
so John told this to Vince in private because John's an idiot who never learns from his mistake.
And after that visit from them, he left his cats alone for 2 weeks when he went to his mother's house. And, I don't know. This guy doesn't learn shit. With all the stuff he's done over the years, drunk driving and everything, he's only lucky that he hasn't been caught. Like his whole life, it's just been happenstance and luck. Lucked in Howard Stern. Leno, he lucked in Leno. Leno was shocked that they hired this guy. Everything he did, he lucked into. And when his luck ran out, here he is. Broke on the internet doing stupid stuff for $2.
Not realizing that Vince couldn't wait to talk about this with him on the show.
Because anything I tell him becomes fodder for this fucking guy. It's amazing. All he wants to do is troll me. Now, could somebody super chat me? Tell me, get rid of Vince or keep Vince, please, because I can't deal with this.
So he has to turn that into a grift.
Oh, super chat me.
Yes, you guys make the call on what we should do with our next guest. Super chat me.
He can't just read comments in the chat.
Or just make the decision himself whether or not he should continue to have Vince on the show. So he's always turning everything into a money-making scheme. Good on him. And so he brings Vince back on the show and explains to Vince why he should not have spilled the beans about this.
Hi, Vince.
I thought we were going to be able to talk about that issue.
Okay, Vince. Now you broke me. I didn't want to talk about it. I
Okay,
did
because
not.
you tell me things and I keep most of it in
I
confidence.
did not want to talk about it.
Most.
Okay.
Why do I want to give people the ability? Why the fuck would you want to empower people who harass people?
To me, a guitar is an instrument with 6 strings on it.
If no one harasses people more than VTM, why would you want people harassing me? He's harassing you more than all of us combined. No one's suing you for $12.5 million.
Right, I didn't know you
Supposed to be fucking
thing in
private.
Stop betraying me.
I'm letting that down. That was a nice help.
Stop betraying me already. Jeez.
Why don't
Yeah,
you
with most people, it just takes once.
Yeah, right.
stop telling him things you don't want everyone to know? Duh.
I get so many text messages from Vince, and they're mostly screenshots of messages between John and Vince. Like he's just like, why are you betraying me? That's all he does all day long. How have you not figured this out yet? It's fun. Vince has a good time with it.
Well, goes around, comes around.
It is up to John. He can make this stop by simply not telling him things he doesn't want known. Duh.
Yeah. John's in between a rock and a hard place because he needs Vince. He wants Vince to release him from this debt. So he wants Vince to be his friend. He's like, come on, we're friends. Friends don't give each other money for debts that they owe. They let it go.
No, the one that has more money lets go of the debt because he has more money.
Yeah, if you have more money than me, then I don't have to pay you any money. That's how that works. So he wants to keep Vince close for that reason, or else he has no excuse to not pay the debt off. But then he also doesn't have any other.
And he doesn't know that you have to pay the electric bill every month and a phone bill because his mother pays it. This guy is like a 2-year-old. Nah, 6-year-old.
Friends. So there's that as well. So he's got to kind of like pick his battles with Vince. But finally, we get into what really happened with this welfare check.
You know what really happened?
Well, yeah, I want to know. That's the interesting part.
Yeah, I know it's interesting. But it's funny.
I like that Vince has to explain to him, yeah, I'm trying to make your show interesting. And he's like, I know. I should be more interesting. Good point.
So Maureen goes, John, just do your show. I'll handle this.
Who's Maureen? Does he have a cleaning person? Is Maureen a friend from the bar that helps him out? Anyway, so there's some Maureen over there who says that she's going to handle this for him and he can just go do his show. Because they showed up like right around like 5 o'clock on Wednesday or something like that.
She's some yahoo that's probably just met John, and so he's just started bossing her around until she gets bummed out.
Yeah, she doesn't know any better yet. Yeah,
that what he always does.
He always cycles through these new relationships.
She's an old Howard Stern fan.
Probably.
And I read the guy to fucking riot act. I fucking went ballistic. I go, you motherfuckers. I go, I rescued fucking 2 fucking cats from my God.
That's bullshit. He probably sat in the corner quivering. He didn't say a word to them, but they brought a cop. He's a little fag, you know, so he didn't say any of that. We know it. And he does a quote-unquote show, and he walks away to get beer for 10 minutes. He can't put the show on pause while he deals with police and his cats. He has to have his so-called assistant. Howard Stern always said he couldn't do anything. Everybody had to do everything for him. Everybody. The garage attendant, the doorman at buildings, the guys, Grillo and the other guys at the Stern. He had them doing everything for him. It's not because he couldn't do it, it's because he's lazy. And laziness made him stupid because he never learned anything. So here we are. Also, if you look at his report card from high school, he can't do anything. This guy's stupid.
Damn kids. And then you believe some anonymous asshole. I mean, it's amazing. So I'm doing all the right things, and you get punished for it. So what happened?
This was on the phone before they came, and
no, as soon as the fat fuck, and it was funny because when you text me, I bet you Wolverine's in better shape than the cop. He is.
Screen grab.
I know. I had to pause it right there. So he just said it was a cop that came over. You heard him say, better shape than the cop, the fat fuck cop that came over. Also, John is always on the offensive, it sounds like. They come over to check on the cats, and he's just like, oh, you're going to check on my cats after I saved them and for my kids? Do you even care about my kids who love these cats? And it's like, yeah, okay. Sir, where are the cats? Can we see these cats, please? And last clip, and then I'll get into yesterday's show where he addresses this, is he's talking to Vince, and he wants them to make up at some point.
But again, this is the harassment, man.
He found the cats in the street, never took them to a vet, never had them get shots. What an idiot.
And this is where, when you are allowed to represent me at some point, there are people that I'm going to want to sue.
So you can look forward to that, Vince. More failed lawsuits with your friend, John Edward Melendez.
I have some work for you.
John Edward Melendez.
Is this Cardiff action going to come up?
Yes, okay. we're gonna talk about that. Let me just finish. Shuley, he really hates Shuley because Shuley also spent a lot of time on the Howard Stern show.
Well, Shuley wasn't on the Tonight Show.
He wasn't on the Tonight Show. He never turned into the Cranberry
Bar roast either.
No, he definitely did not. So as I mentioned, Cardiff Electric was the one who somehow found the Zoom link. He's a master troll. And so he was there as Cardiff Electric. John saw him like, shit, he's here in my courtroom. And so this is not going to be good for Cardiff.
And then we'll get to the potato. This is the best. I just watched him a little bit last night because he was trying to play this video, and I couldn't wait because at this point, well, not really. I want to keep the kids safe, but at this point,
if you want to keep the kids safe, you shouldn't be doing a Zoom call from your classroom while the kids are there and ended up on it. So you didn't quit. You were asked to resign or you would have gotten fired. Stop lying. We all know the truth.
He has no idea what's coming down the pike. I mean, that's a felony here in the United States. Now, I know you're in Canada.
Oh, here we go. Another felony, FBI, CIA. I'll call my mother, LAPD, Florida Police, NYPD. Just like you did with Kate Meany and nothing happened. Such a liar. Why don't you stop? Nobody's afraid of that stuff but you. That's why when you say you told the cop and whoever came over, give him a piece of your mind, you didn't do anything because you're scared. You're a scared little man.
But it doesn't matter.
It actually does matter quite a bit.
Is the felony endangering second graders?
That's a great question.
By recording.
Right.
You don't want a teacher in court who is in charge of 30 second graders. There's no way they want that.
Of course not.
They'd say, no, don't sub that day.
Right. Of course.
Oh, yeah, combine them. Just go to court while you're teaching class. That's fine.
And I don't care how much this guy showers. 35 years of drinking. He always smells like booze. You want that around your kids? No.
He didn't have a TA in there.
2 or 3 months down the line, I won't put out there, give me 2 G's and I'll come and do your show. Give me 3 G's. I think that was the going rate. Who's to say I won't do that?
So
maybe I will.
So John's already thought up this grand scheme. He's like, look at it. I have people coming over my house.
Hey, nobody's going to pay you to go on a show. Nobody. Nobody's going to pay you to do stand-up comedy. No one's going to pay for a one-man show. Nobody's going to pay anything, stupid.
To harass me about my cats. People are showing up at my Zoom court meetings. I'm trying to teach a classroom and keep that I'm a substitute teacher under wraps. This is getting annoying. So I got an idea.
Hey, stupid. The only reason people listen to you or watch you is to see you get in trouble with cops about the cats and lying about teaching school, then doing a Zoom call, and all the stupid crap you do. Not the so-called performance that you try to do. Sleep sniping, streaming sniping that you can't do. Just all the bumbling, stupid shit that you do. People love to see that and then troll you. That's your value.
What if I go back to just going on Kevin Brennan's show for $3,000 at a time? They were like, you got a resignation letter, and
would the school know that he?
First he said he's writing a resignation letter, and the next he said he's on the phone resigning. So, more lies.
Was in court in the classroom.
Yes.
From Cardiff? Oh, because he tweeted it?
He told the school that Cardiff was there, but they must have figured it out before that. I don't know, the kids told him or what was going on, because he was in that courtroom for a long time. The period ended, and then he was in his time between periods, and he was still in that court.
The new Kate Meany recordings tell the truth about what happened in Zoom court, tell the truth about what happened with his resigning and getting fired. So I can't wait until we hear all that. But it's there.
Zoom court. I think he got in trouble with the school.
Yeah, you can't do that.
That would be my guess on it.
But it's funny that he acts as if the school would be so angry that Cardiff recorded him being in court as opposed to him being in court.
Listen, the federal government's going to come down on you. The principal, the assistant principal. You're in a lot of trouble, potato.
Do we know why the cat people, whatever, the cat police came to his house? Do we have any idea?
Someone called it in. I don't know who.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of a dick move.
Do we know what they said?
It's a giant dick move. Well, they must have explained to him, yeah, I see this guy and the state of his living conditions, and I know he owns 2 cats.
Probably was a neighbor that sees him washing cat boxes on the front lawn and disappears for a week or 2 at a time. Doesn't take the cats with him. Probably. Or they hear the cats screaming and crying all the time.
Filth.
They're living in filth. I'm worried about them. And, it's swatting. You see it happen to a lot of these streamers and stuff, and it's nonsense. No one should do that. And I would also be annoyed if people were coming to my house to check on my wife who's in the cage in the basement this weekend. Don't want her getting out anywhere.
No, that sucks. The obvious move is to do a one-man show.
Yes! That is the obvious move. All right, so John has a new rule on his show about super chats.
It could be the people that, when the hurricane came and they came to stay with John, they immediately started cleaning his house because it was disgusting. They might have done it because they saw the cats are suffering and in horrible conditions. A human shouldn't live there.
You saw it scrolling on there earlier. He won't read any super chats under $4.99. You have to give him $5 in order to get your super chat read. Clay has a problem with this.
Don't snub the $2 chats, Johnny boy. I told you.
Shut
your
up.
show. All right,
Don't tell me how to run my show.
Have a little respect.
Don't tell me ever how to run my show.
What do you want? Well, I'm giving you advice, John.
Somebody should tell you, because it's not a show. It's a joke, like you. You're even a bigger joke.
I don't care. Don't tell me how to do. I don't agree with it. I'm not going to sit here and read $1.99 super chat.
He lost his license for some reason.
Oh.
Legally lost it.
That's interesting.
So he's saying he can't find it?
Do they really have to ID, and this is Florida, they really have to ID a 6-year-old guy to give him beer? That's silly.
No, it's stupid.
It's stupid. It doesn't make any sense. All right. Drew, I think you're going to like this. This is a visual, but someone put together this new AI software, and John doesn't get it at first, but this is wild.
Silent Mike, who did you say was gay?
So there's Shuli and High Pitch.
Is that High Pitch?
And now they're kissing.
That's AI.
John and Gina Levy are kissing.
You're kissing someone. Yeah, it's not
Shuli
real.
and Bob Levy.
Technology.
And there's me and John.
Oh, you're going to kiss Colin?
No.
Read it.
I love John's response to me because he goes, "Oh no!" As if it's actually happening.
For the other one, look at that belly.
Oh my God, that's great!
Isn't that funny? Like, I turned all the way around to see the back of my head, and I caressed John.
He's going to give birth in about 2 months.
And really give it to him. It's really
Technology, hey? Oh, you're going to kiss Colin? Read it. Who's that? That's
I saw
Look
the
at how
other
much
one.
tinier he is than Bob Levy's wife. He's such a little dwarf.
Oh, it's great.
you know, leave me. Oh, no. You look so much
Together.
I don't know.
I didn't know I wore a watch.
John Sakaway. I didn't know I was wearing a watch that day.
I could sell that.
Good stuff. Although, you know what I noticed? The photo of me is just from, like, the breastplate up. And then I had a watch on, so I guess maybe this AI adds a watch on people's arms if it's cut off. Because John's just like, I own a watch? That's awesome.
You're wearing the Tonight Show watch at the reunion, stupid.
That's his takeaway.
Of course, he's fascinated by all things John. He's looking at himself.
Yes. Yeah, like the funniest video. I loved your reaction to it just now. And John's just like, oh, I knew he was gay. Oh, wait. Oh, this isn't real? And then, oh, that's a nice watch I'm wearing. Just missing the point all the time. At the end of this episode from yesterday, Grifting John comes.
And look at that belly and look at those breasts. No, not Gina's, his. And those spaghetti arms. He's really in the best shape of his life. Ha.
Now the Beggy Monster comes out.
That's such a great
Now, let me
name.
thank you, generous super chats. I'm at 47. Come on, guys. 3 more and I'm at 50. I like even numbers.
Oh, man.
I like odd too, but 47. I don't know. It's 11. I don't know. Let's see.
Thank you to my brother Grant for watching this whole episode today and finding some of these clips all the way to the end there, where John's going, guys, you got to give me 3 more super chats. I want to get to 50. He's like, 51's also good too. So I guess odd numbers can be all right. In fact, come to think of it, 67's even better. So there's a lot of odd numbers that are better than 50. Now I think about it.
What a ridiculous thing to say.
I got 47, not a dollar amount.
Everything he says is ridiculous.
Just a number of super chats, 47.
To prove all these assholes wrong? Do you know the exhilaration that you feel? It's the same exhilaration I felt.
Oh no, what you doing?
When I fucking won this. That's the exhilaration you feel when you fucking know.
Was that his boxing title?
The exhilaration you feel every time you open a beer can.
Bound from be anything.
Change.